So, here is probably the coolest line of the Action Fleet stuff, especially of the Episode 1 versions. The cool thing about this series, this is the complete Alpha series, and the difference between these and your regular Alpha series that were actually created for the original trilogy is they made the concept vehicles on this, the large ones, and then they used the actual movie ones as the small versions. Versus the original trilogy ones that has the big vehicle is the normal and then the small is the concept. So walk through features and benefits of these guys, and then also the figures that you get. Each one comes with one figure. I actually only got one of these in the box. In the box it comes with one of these sketch pads, which is a really cool little booklet. Talks about just shows a picture of the concepts as they're all designed and the original versions. So there we go. So first we'll talk through this guy. This is the most rare version that's out there that you can find. So this is the Naboo Starfighter. You can see the pilot in there. Go ahead and pop this cockpit open. The cockpit does open like that. Here's your concept pilot. That's what it looks like. And then on this ship, there's really only two things. You got the opening cockpit, and then you have each one of these little engines. As you twist it, it opens up that flap and exposes the engine, kind of like you could do this on a speeder to turn it. It does have two little landing gear pieces too that can come out like that, so you can set it down like this. But this is basically what it looks like from all sides. So from the top, I've been fortunate enough to nab up 3 of these guys over the years. This one is really the only one that's in any good condition, and this one I actually pulled out of the box. So sorry for those of you purists out there. It's just so cool out of the box. Try to get this off here. It's on there pretty tight, but here is your Naboo Speeder. So this is actually a lot bigger than the Micro Machines version of it. I thought I might be able to just get away with that, but you can see, relative to my hand, that's pretty good size. Probably about 4 inches or so from front to back. A lot bigger than some of the other versions that are in this Alpha series line. So next we'll do Darth Maul's Sith Infiltrator. So this is another really cool ship. So here is the top, the bottom. That's what it looks like from the side, and then from the rear. Now this has just basically one thing that it can do. Very similar to the TIE Interceptor, the wings come out like that, and you can see the engine component inside the middle. It does have a couple little pieces of landing gear right there on the bottom, so you could sit this thing down flat like that. And then the cockpit does open. It does come with the concept Darth Maul, which I actually think is actually really cool. So here's what it looks like in a flight suit instead of being in his robes. Which again, it's a really cool figure. And then it does come with the movie version of the Sith Infiltrator. So here's what this looks like. No articulation on this guy, just the actual Infiltrator itself. So then we'll take a look at the Royal Starship Alpha series. So a lot narrower than the original one. There's the underside. Looks like from the back, and what it looks like from the front. So I've had a couple of these. This is the only one I really got lucky with that didn't have any damage to this front blue part. This paint is really delicate and can come off of there pretty easily. It's got a little bit of articulation here on this gun. Nothing else really articulates on this thing other than when you open it up. It does have a kind of cool feature in there where you can see the R2 unit moves forward and backwards. And this concept pilot, I actually didn't realize it until literally just now. This is the exact same concept pilot as the Naboo Starfighter. So that's what he looks like. Which I believe he's the same. And just compare it. Just for good measure. Maybe just a tiny bit different. Difference in the color of the jacket. So the one's got the blue and the other one's got the orange on them. But generally speaking, very similar look to them. So there we go. There's the difference with that. This guy does have some landing gear to it as well. So you can see that kind of clicks in like that. It's got a little articulating gun here on the bottom. You can spin that around, and then here's your landing gear. Very similar to the normal Royal Starship. That's what it looks like with the landing gear popped out. And then here is the actual movie version. Again, no articulation on this guy. That's what that looks like, but again, pretty cool. And the last thing here is the Droid Ship. So this one has got actually a couple different things. So if you push this button forward here, it pops that part out. It does have some landing gear on it. There's a landing gear popped out. It's got a couple guns here on the front. These things don't really move at all. Here's what the top of it looks like. Really not a whole lot of other articulation there. You can pull this part back a little bit and it opens up the cockpits. So you can see now there's the cockpit open. And then here is your droid figure that you get with it. So this is the Battle Droid concept. You can see the blue on there holding a blaster, which is pretty cool. And then the last thing here is just this. This is the movie version of the droid control Starship. And that's what it looks like. Nothing too special about that. So there's your Alpha series. Again, super rare version here of all these. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Otherwise, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks.